don't even know if I'll be able to get anybody today. I don't know if anybody's getting on today. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. Um, let's see. Hey, what's up? What's going on, Danielle? Bears, what's up? Gotta get everything set up. Okay, just put that. And I'm also going to be doing 2 live streams today. Just go ahead. Expand that to like there. Let's see. Channel where. Get rid of that. Perfect. All right, that's perfect. And let's see, sport days is JPEG. So it's 80. So that. That What's up, OG? What's up, Chris's Stories? What's up, Sandra? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Sorry, it's a little dark in here. I'm gonna be doing two live streams, so I'm gonna be on OBS because I'm gonna be doing a reaction video to some videos that I've found on YouTube. Just decided to do something different so it doesn't seem like it's so depressing and all this craziness that's going on. Let's see. What's up, Antonio? What's up, NA? What's up, guys? What's up? What's up? What's up? JDC, what's going on, man? In the building. JDC in the building. How y'all doing today? Happy Sunday to all of y'all. I hope y'all are doing all right. Feeling well, doing well, and sleeping well. All right, let me see if I can shine some more light in here. Because that's not okay. I think this is it. All right, all right. I think that's a little better. What's going on, Sandra? Appreciate the like, appreciate the love. Freaky's plant. That's kind of a weird question to ask. Okay, you guys, give me a second. I gotta get everything set up. Now we're gonna talk about this crazy situation that's going on right now. Okay, let's see. Probably this was my best one. I think this is pretty much my best one. Let's put a purple dot on that one. And let's see this. That. Get rid of this. This. Choose from. And okay, there we go. Let me see. Everything is out. What is this? Why is this up here? Alright, let me see. We got here properties. I'm gonna do this one right here. So this is great. And we're gonna manage broadcasting. And for the sake of, let's see, we're just gonna do this because this is, I'm gonna do this thumbnail here. Oops. Get rid of that. Okay, I think that. And let's go ahead and save this as JPEG. More, I'm gonna call that more problems. Sorry guys, it's taking so long. It's just a lot of Oh, don't worry. You're gonna hear the complaints. But I also not only do I do complaints and I rant, but I share real life experiences that people can relate to. It's perfect, perfect live. Thank you so much, Sandra. Let me see. Mm-hmm. Where you from, Sandra? And what's going on, isolated window? What's up? Let me see. Guess we can just go leave that. Let's see if we can find it in here. Won't be on here for too long. There's, all right, we're going to use this, and we go to I. Let's um, and then we go to. Oh yeah, I see. Okay. Not yet. Okay, so let's leave rid of that, and I'm gonna go to. Hmm. Oh, okay. My cat. I'm asking where you from, Sandra. I like to get to know new people, so a lot of people I don't get to see in the chat more often than others. Okay. So, and what I'm going to do is I hope that the audio plays this time. No, it's not. Alright, let's go here. Okay, let's see. Um, all right. So it's that. And see, the thing is my cat is I love you. Oh, okay. And the thing is that it's good to talk about these things. Not saying that there's anything we can do about it, but it's good to talk about these experiences and the things that happens in life so that people can not only be aware, but they can relate. Because I don't think there's a lot of channels that are talking about these things. Take care, Sandra. Nice to see you. Because I don't think there's a lot of channels that talk about these things that are happening right now. And I think it's better to get to hear a lot of these things that are going on. So it's good to hear about what is going on so people can be aware. You heard OG? No playing in the chat. You come in and you act like responsible adults. And if you are a kid, you should not be in this chat because I'm not trying to deal with pedophiles and getting arrested and all that stuff. So if you're binge watching, that's fine. Just trying to keep my channel safe. I put too much hard work in this channel for it to get messed up. Okay, let's see. And I'm gonna try to keep my voice down as much as I can because I got roommates here and you know how that goes. Things it keeps every time. Um, all right. What is this? What in the world is this? What is all this? Okay, it's probably from a different, something different, I guess. I don't know. Okay, just lower this down and we are going to show utility. Okay. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? What's up, Daniel? What's going on, man? Hope you guys can hear me very clearly. Alright, so we did. Um, okay, let me start something here before we get started. If you guys come into the chat, please respect one another and please do not spam the chat and treat everybody with respect. That's all I ask. If you have any crazy or goofy questions, please keep it to yourself. Or go to another channel. There are plenty of channels that you can do that. So when you come into the chat, I need you to act like a responsible adult. That's all I ask. All right, let me see. What was I gonna do? Oh, And do something with these tags here. Some basic. We're gonna do the same thing with the other stream as well. I don't know how we able to. Let me see if I can change this. Maybe this will work. All right, maybe not. Okay, maybe not. I just have to look over here. All right, so we are done with that. Now I'm gonna fix the same thing on this one. Let's go here. Um, and we'll put this in here. That would be it. I'm gonna also make this basic. Okay. Now we're going to fix something here. And for those of you who subscribe, I appreciate the subscription. Subscribe. I appreciate it. And that was okay. So okay, so we're gonna try. Yeah, we're gonna start with this one. Okay. And I gotta get into OBS and here we go. Actually, I don't want that to be. I didn't want that to be played. I wanted uh I didn't want that to be played. Alright, so that's not what I had in mind. Um, yeah, this is not what I had in mind. Alright. Because this is not what I had in mind. Okay, we're gonna have to try something. Okay. So I want this Okay, so let me do this. Oh yeah, I can't do it without oh, that's not good. Okay, so here's what we can do. Okay, I'm gonna do this, show and tell here, and okay, this is crazy. All right, this is crazy. Okay, so get this set up. See how messed up this is crazy. So here's what we're gonna do. Um, I'm gonna stop sharing this for a bit, and I'm gonna fix this. And we're gonna remove this, and we're gonna keep this. We're gonna keep this, this, and I think this right here, and get rid of this. And give me 1 second, guys. Oh, nope, nope. I'm gonna start a so we're gonna capture. I'm gonna call it new light. And we're gonna do this. Gonna do YouTube. This is crazy. And then can't even. Alright, okay, so this right here, we're gonna have to get rid of this. I need to do another. For some reason. um, oh, s- 30. And I'm taking this. Oops. Options. Options. Okay, I can't go longer. All right. All right, there we go. Now we gotta figure out. All right. Okay. So now we're getting somewhere. All right. Now let me test this to see if this works. Okay. So this one, we're going to add a color to it. I'm gonna customize this. And then I put that. Sorry about this, guys. This is, I'm gonna have to learn how to do that later on. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, this, I'm gonna change this to a different color. So, all right, sorry about that, guys. I had to do some maneuvers. I'll probably play around with it after the stream. All right. And and for those of you, not saying it's required or anything, but for those of you that want to show your support, the link is in the description, and you can hit you can donate to me in Cash App, or you can buy one of my merch. You're not required to do that. Be nice if you did. That is just the support link is there in case people want to show their support. Hold on. There's um, well, and also, hold on for a second. And also, oh god, I gotta. I just wanted to set it to where the link is the QR code doesn't. Uh, it's insane. Oh well. Anyway, so I can't do that. So for whatever reason, but anyway, um, I but for whatever reason, I did post the picture in the link in description below. Not below, but in the post on my YouTube post. So it does work. So all you gotta do is scan your phone, and it'll take you to the links to my store. It'll take you to the links to my store. You click on the T Public. That's where I have most of my merchandise in, and it'll take you from there. All right. So basically, we have this we have this YouTuber here, and she does videos on different. She does videos on different. Let me just move up a little bit. She does videos on different people having a hard time in America, and most of these posts come from, as you know, from TikTok. So we're gonna dive in, and I'm do what I usually do: rant and review, and give my commentary on it, pretty much. All right, let's Can you guys hear that? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear that. Can you guys hear the volume in the background? Actually, let me check. Um, I can't do it now. But give me 1 second. Let me check something I can put off. Let's see if I can make sure. Okay, let me see. I think it was this one. Okay. Let's see. This is- Yeah, well, all right, guys. All right, we'll get back to this. All right, so here we go. All right, just want to make sure everybody can hear me. Oops, clicked the wrong thing. That, and here we go. Hmm, that is crazy. That is really crazy. That is crazy. Hold on, guys. That is crazy. So apparently, there's a law that's been passed that you're not allowed to sleep on the streets anymore. Not even so much as in public. And if you're caught doing that, you get arrested. Especially if you, and that includes parking your car in places you shouldn't. If you're parking your car at the gas station, at a truck gas station, and if the manager sees that you're overnight parking, that also that also causes problems. And the thing is, it's like I know this because I used to sleep in my car for 6 years. Went from hotel to sleeping in my car for 6 years. And I used to sleep at truck and gas stations a lot overnight. And most of the times I would go to the um and most of the times I would go to the and most of the times I would go to the rest area because that was like the only place that I can actually rest without worrying of, you know, getting someone knocking on my door, stuff like that. So it's happening in Alabama. It's happening in mostly the southern states, and I wouldn't be surprised if it happens here in Alaska, but more than less, it's probably never gonna happen. That is true. It's crazy. Mm. And that goes to show you that this country don't care about the people that live here. And it really kind of, and see, this is the kind of thing that I'm talking about because, when people talk about leaving America to go find better life elsewhere, instead of them looking at it for what it is and understanding that you're living in a country where your government, nobody cares about you. You just work, work, pay your bills until the day you die. And if you don't pay in full, or if you don't do the things you're supposed to do, you get penalized for it. So now they're penalizing homeless people sleeping out on the streets or in their cars when they have nowhere else to go. I wouldn't be surprised if this happened all over the states. Because there's so many bills that's been passed by, that has been passed by through the Supreme Court, and it's been bills that all those plates that Donald Trump signed that was pushed back. Now it's starting to take an effect. Y'all remember that video Donald Trump first got elected? I think it was before or after he got elected. He was signing out those books with a marker. He was signing off of them. That's what this is all about. All the changes came behind all of those bills that he signed off, that he passed off. And see, the thing is, what people don't realize is these presidents are puppets. You know, they have to do according to what the Congress wants them to do. And and it just amazes me how a lot of Americans, especially the comments that I get, especially on YouTube shorts, they're saying, well, what's keeping you here? If you hate it so much, why are you still here? But they forget the fact that you're living in a crazy society right now. You're living in a society where things are going to get even worse. And my thing is, it's already getting worse, and 2027 haven't even came around yet. We're still in the middle of 2026. And this is why I kept telling, if people got the means to do it, I would just leave America altogether. I'm just keeping it 100 because America is not the place to live anymore like it was back 40 years ago. This place is only for people who have the big pockets and the poor. And pockets, and that's it. So either you're rich or you're poor. No more middle class. Barely any working class. And what's worse is the foreigners that were here that was working, they sent them back to where they came from. The ice is true, dragging them out of their homes. So it's just making things worse because you still got layoffs and people losing their jobs in 2026. And it's been happening throughout almost the entire year. But you have Americans that don't care. They just want to get their share. And if they can't get what they want, they stab the next guy to get what they want. This is sad. And a lot of people that live in this country don't even really care about what goes on in their own country. Because a lot of people have a selective hearing. They hear what they want to hear. They hear something like, we're going to get a pay increase or some kind of award that involves money and cushion. They're all ears for it. But when it comes to stuff that they don't want to hear, they just tune it out, you know? And right now, everybody is having a hard time. Everybody is struggling. And the rich people ain't staying in the country. They're taking their money elsewhere. They're taking their business elsewhere. They're probably somewhere in Thailand, probably somewhere in Africa, somewhere in a third world country where they can afford to live, and not even in the US. You even got big time YouTubers. They're not staying here in the US. They're starting to get their money, sell their house, and keep going. Think about it. Like, you got YouTubers like Trend Genius, Trend Genius, that's talking about the chosen. Shout out the trend. You got people like MTR and all these other YouTubers. They're leaving. I know one day you walk outside, every day you see an airplane flying across the sky. People are leaving. And not to mention, in other countries, if you are working remotely, like doing YouTube and stuff like that, guess what? They got visas in other countries, especially the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, and other places. They got visas in place for people who are working remotely that are claimed as digital nomads or expats. And you can stay in that country as long as you want. Of course, you got to renew your visa. all that stuff. But it's crazy. There are some countries that will literally pay you and finance you just to start a new life in their own country. Greenland is one of them. Now, I'm not saying that you have to leave America and go to another country. And I can understand that people don't have the cost, they don't have the necessary, means to do that. And that's totally understandable. However, if you have the means to do it, please do it. America is the place to make money, to work, work, work until you die. It is not a place where you can live and enjoy life. It's not a place where you can make friends and build connections and go to other places and hang out. These jobs are designed to break you, like I said in recent videos, to break you, to stress you out, to work you down, and to call you in, to overwork you and underpay you. That's what these jobs are designed for. The way the system is set up in America, it's not set up for you to succeed. It's not set up for you to get ahead. The only thing it's set up for is for you to work like a slave to pay bills. That's all it is. Think about it. If you ask yourself, when is the last time you ever went on a real vacation? When is the last time that you ever went to the movies? When is the last time you ever went to the mall to see like what's going on? When is the last time you even just stepped outside to breathe? Every time you look around, you gotta pick up another job. You gotta work this many hours. You gotta work that many hours. And you're already tired. You don't have nothing else to do. You ain't got nowhere to you ain't got no time to stop and talk to nobody. And some people just stay in their fantasy world. They stay in their comfort bubble. Meanwhile, people like you that are watching this video are stepping outside and you see what's going on. But you have other Americans that still living in their comfort zone and in their bubble. They don't have the slightest idea of what's going on. They don't care about what goes on in their other countries or in their own country. They'll sit there and fight you tooth and nail to talk about how bad it is and how you want to go to another country. And what do I always get? Y'all read the messages on that I get on TikTok. If you don't like it here, why you still here? What's stopping you? But then when you got situations like what this lady is talking about on the screen, people just ignore that. And you got landlords, they stay in their comfort zone. They don't care about the economy collapsing. They just care about getting the bottom line, and that's it. They don't care about other people that are struggling and trying to meet their fair share. They don't care about that. So why waste your time explaining? Because the thing is, there are a lot of landlords that will throw you out on the streets and think less about it. That's no different than somebody cutting your intestines and feeding them to you. These people in America are cutthroat. And at this point, it ain't even really about race anymore. It's really about if you don't have what I want, then you're not qualified. That's what it is. You're living in a country where people are chewing you and spitting you out. They're throwing you in the trash, walking all over you like a torn or worn out piece of paper. They don't care about you. This is what America has gotten to. America in 2026 is not the America that you no longer or used to knowing. It's all about me, 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 and that's it. Nobody cares about nobody else anymore. And yet they want to turn around and give you advice and tell you what you should do as if they're trying to map out your life and what you're trying to do. But then when you say something, all hell breaks loose. You try to tell them something. If you tell them that a wave is coming, they're gonna think you crazy. Then when the wave hit, they wish they would listen. But then it'll be at the last minute. You try to communicate with people, you try to tell them something, then the next day they act like you ain't told them nothing. That's crazy. Everybody is going crazy in this country. And sooner or later, it's going to get so bad to the point where you're going to be running out of food. A lot of stuff that's going to be going out of stock, it's going to be slowly going out of stock. What is everybody going to do? And grocery stores are really going to be in trouble. So everything that's going on in this video, people don't sit down and they don't do research. They don't look at videos like that. They just look at it and be like, oh, well, maybe they just pretending. Maybe they just acting like something is happening. But then how are they pretending? You just saw this lady trailer just got towed off. That lady didn't even get a chance to get all her stuff on the trailer or RV or whatever. These people are not giving you no time whatsoever to do anything. If you don't have it, we don't want you here. And then you go to jail for being homeless. So it's like literally nowhere you can sleep at night. You go to jail for not having nothing. And the government and the systems and all of the programs that's supposed to help people get on their feet is starting to decline. It's starting to go away. Slowly and gradually, but surely. So what are you supposed to do in a country where you can't survive? You're priced out of the country. Jobs are cutting your hours. People are overworked and underpaid. Your mortgage goes up. You're dealing with landlords that don't really care about what goes on. They just care about the bottom line. What else? What else are you supposed to do? At this point, so for those of you that don't have the means, I totally understand. But for those of you that do have the means, I would suggest looking for another country to go stay in because America is just not it. Everything is terrible. The dating scene is terrible. The people here are terrible. Got agendas. The food here tastes like garbage. You know, you go to the grocery store and there's some food that is spoiled. The fruit gets easily spoiled, molded, especially the strawberries. Nothing in there tastes fresh anymore. Everything is cloned. Calories are going up, too much chemicals, too much sodium nitrite, and all other stuff that's going on with this food. People are overweight. They don't want to put in the effort to go to the gym. They don't want to do nothing. Think about it. If you go to Planet Fitness, you'll probably see a few ladies in there and some men in there, but you don't see a whole lot of people working out because they don't care. They don't care about their. They don't care. Here's the thing about America. Americans don't care unless something happens to them. Unless society starts to really affect them, that's when they start caring. But they don't care if nothing is affecting them and if nothing's is getting to them. They don't. They don't care at all. And my thing is, people over here that do got money, they wasting their money on expensive cars that's got cameras and if you don't pay your car note, they got it set up to where the car will drive itself back to the lot. AI is taking over. So what do you do in a country like that? Nothing. There's nothing you can really do. And sometimes it's just best to start a new life elsewhere. It's funny that a lot of Americans, it's funny that a lot of Americans, they make excuses for the reason why things are getting worse because they don't want to put in the time and the effort just to help the people or to put something in place in case something goes wrong. And that should tell you right there that this country don't care about you. The people in this country don't care about you. It is pretty much survival of the fittest. Work like a slave because America is nothing but a corporation. If you ain't got it, you ain't passing. That's the way it works now. And it's really sad, but that's just the way it works in the system now. I'm gonna skip this because this is crazy. I'm gonna skip that. And she's right. It's not gonna stop people from living in their cars. It's not gonna stop people from getting an RV to park somewhere to live. It's not gonna stop people. Just like in the same way, it's not gonna stop Americans for working on their own cars. No matter what has been passed, it's not going to stop them. They're gonna keep working on their cars and they're gonna keep, because back in the old days, you used to, men used to work on their cars, fix their transmission, fix the motor, do the oil change the replace tires. You used to, back then you used to be allowed to work on your cars, know what oil to pick, take good care of your car. But now we're living in 2026, where now in America you're losing. It's not no longer a freedom, a land of the free anymore. America is gradually taking rights away from having American people to um to do the things that they're free to do. If you own your car and you paid a note on it, then you have every right to work on it. So now they're trying to ban people from homelessness. It's crazy. It's getting worse, guys. It's getting worse. My thing is, I don't even suggest parking. at a Planet Fitness or any public parking lot. I don't suggest doing that. If I was living in my car, when I was living in my car, I park at the rest areas. And it's usually on the interstate. You know, when you're going 45 plus miles from another city to another city. That's what I used to do when I was living in my car. And there were times I would sleep overnight at the gas station, at the gas truck stations. But for the most part, majority of the time, I would I would do the rest areas because I mean, you never know what's going on. And then you got security in certain places too. And you can't just park there if because security guard will see what's going on. I remember one time I went to my job because I work as a security guard at one time at a hotel. And the hotel that I was posted at, somebody called the police while I was waiting because I was just had a pillow up there, had all my stuff back there, and I was just propped up, just relaxing, playing on my phone and stuff. And the police came, and he got the flashlight in my face, and I'm just like, "What happened?" Somebody called and said, "Yeah, and I said, "Yeah, I'm a security guard. I was told to come here, and I'm the security guard for the night." And so when he saw the that I was a security guard, he was like, "Okay, cool, all right." I'm telling you, people, it's crazy. You know, I I doubt that there'll be any campers in the grocery store parking lot. Um, but there are a lot of campers at the rest area. The rest area is pretty much the safe point. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And you see, like I had somebody say, well, maybe they're just pretending. Does this seem like this man is pretending? I mean, why would he pretend and fake about something like this? Why would he pretend on something like this? These people are actually going through it. And you can tell by their expressions, you can tell by their body language, you can tell they're going through it just by looking at them. And I don't blame him. I mean, whatever's you got to do in this life that we're living in, you got to do what's best for you because we have people in the office that are greedy and they will take anything that they can. It's like taking a towel rag. You're trying to squeeze it dry until every drop of water is squeezed out of the towel. That's just the way they're treating this country. Not to mention that this country and your tax dollars is going to other countries. And you're not even going to half of the time get to see your tax dollars. But they expect you to file your taxes, then they expect you to pay your taxes, but you never get to see any of it. And this is why I say so much. If you can have the means to do it, get out of America. America is not home anymore. Hmm. Mm. People living in storage units, they're doing everything they can to survive. And yet, people like, well, maybe they're just faking it. Really now. When people make statements like that, it just shows that these people are blind and they don't understand what's going on in the own country that they live in. And they think that because they're supposed to know what's going on, they write it off as, well, there's nothing we could do about it. You're just making excuses. Like, but you got to understand what's going on in the country you're living in so you can be aware, so that you can prepare for what's coming. And then one thing I can say is, for those of you that are watching this, okay, and you already know what's going on. You already know, as I said in past live streams, you already know that there is um the cost of living, groceries. I mean, sooner or later, it's going to get to a point where we're not going to have any food to eat. And I'm not trying to say this to fearmonger anybody or nothing like that. I'm just telling it like it is. And to make people not only share my experience, but make people aware of what's going on out here. Because there's so many distractions that's going on in this country. And it's distracting you from what the real problem actually is. And right now, with everything that's going up, and it's even impossible. I can't even really give you guys any suggestions at this point because everything is so expensive. Everything is so expensive. I just really thought about it. I can't even give no suggestions whatsoever. Not to mention unemployment. They cutting down on how long you can be on unemployment. It's crazy. It's like what can you do? You're literally living in a country where you have nothing to benefit from. And things are changing at an all-time rapid high. a lot faster than I anticipated, to be honest with you. This is crazy. This is really sad. It's really sad. Even pet stuff is expensive. I just don't see how people can have pets when everything is so expensive. It's like raising another child that you have to provide for. This is insane. This is insane. Not that it surprises me, but this lady is getting a dog. She's getting a dog bed to use it to sleep inside of her car. This is crazy. It's getting worse. Than a lot worse than ever. Hold on for a second. Yeah, it is. You're definitely right. It is. And and I noticed that there are a lot of pets that's going astray. They're just letting their pets go. I noticed that. Yeah, they're leaving them there because they can't afford it. You got more people more than ever that are selling their pets just to get rid of them because they can't even provide for them anymore. My thing is, instead of them leaving it in random places, what they should do is take them somewhere to where they can just take them to a resource shelter to where, you know, they could leave them there and then find somebody else that will take care of them. But at this point, getting a pet at this point is out of the question. But yeah, it's a lot of stray cats and dogs everywhere. They can't afford them. You got to get there, considering the maintenance that you got to deal with when it comes to having one. It's it's too much. It's too much. All right, so we're gonna get to. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can change this to. Okay. All right, we got another video, and her name is Christine Gray Smith. So this video is basically about how girlfriend she does videos with random TikTok videos, the same as the other lady. The only difference is she's doing the ones where a guy is playing video games, and it's just something about how women don't like it when men are playing video games. So let's dive deep into this. We're just gonna skip. I'm just gonna skip through this. Hold on. You know, and here's the thing about this is like being in a relationship in America now is starting to be a prison because a lot of women don't respect the things that men like to do that will make them happy. I mean, if you got women that are getting on TikTok, they're constantly posting selfies and they got the simps and the people that's looking for Scooby snacks that are drooling in the comment section. And yet, when a man finds something that he enjoys doing, just something, just some time to himself to enjoy, you know, he can't enjoy it. It's always got to be him wasting all his time on her. It's crazy. And I agree with her. Like, some stuff you shouldn't even post on TikTok. But women will post just about anything. They always posting, crying about where all the good men are at, why they're not approaching them anymore. Now, they're posting videos and they're recording doing stuff like this. Hold on, can you use? And you can tell that this young lady is from another country based on her accent. Now that's really not necessary. And the fact that she's sitting here recording this, it, what reason to do that when you can just communicate with each other and just say, let him play or at least enjoy the game with him. Be interested in what he likes. Say, hey, what kind of game is this? Or hey, can I play? But instead of them trying to understand their man more, trying to get involved with what they're doing and doing things as a couple, she does stuff like women does stuff like this. They do pranks and other stuff. And they wonder why a lot of the men in this country are checking out. It's just they get so agitated because they don't like men playing video games and they write them off as being lazy. They write them off as, you know, just don't really have a job. But then what if they're doing gaming content? What if they're on Twitch? What if they got YouTube channel and they got approximately 48.75 million subscribers and they're making good money? Because you got gamers that are making bank just playing video games on YouTube, doing walkthroughs, speed runs, everything. And the sky's the limit as to how much money you can make on YouTube, with it being the biggest platform in social media. But see, the problem with American women is it's all about me, 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 me. What I want. I want you to do this. You got to be doing this and doing that. But then it's okay for them to play with makeup. It's okay with them to post videos and post Instagram reels and post Instagram and Facebook selfies. It's okay for them to be on the phone. It's okay to stay glued to their phone when the man is trying to get some attention. But then when it's the other way around, it's crazy. But see, if the situation was reversed, all hell would have broke loose. This is why it's always pretty much good for us men to be single, because it's like getting into a relationship in America. It's like giving up your freedom to be enslaved to doing what the female wants you to do. And if you don't do that, they'll tease you, they'll throw shaming tactics, everything. This lady just said, you want sex or Fortnite? This man can't even enjoy life. It's sad. You see that, right? He gets on the game, she on the phone doing selfies. But then she acts surprised because he on the game. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This is crazy. Hmm. And then another thing too is they want to be in control. It's no different than if you stand in your mama's house and you just relaxing in your room, probably watching some TV, watching Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or whatever. and your mother comes up to you and tells you, hey, I need you to take the trash out. Hey, I need you to go mow that lawn. Hey, I need you to go weed eat the backyard. Hey, I need you to go downstairs and wash my clothes. Hey, I need you to go straighten up the shoes in my closet. Hey, I need you to go hang up, clean out my closet right quick. I need you to go scrub my shower down, up and down, and my bathroom out. Did you clean that tub last night? Okay, I need you to go clean them dishes up back there. All right, I need you to go take the dogs out and make sure they got water and make sure everything is cleaned out, make sure they got what they need. They always, it's like they always having you trying to do something. They don't, it's like they don't want, it's even worse, almost secondhand worse than working a job. They just want you to work, work, work. They just want you to always do something. It's always about them. And instead of them, like the lady said, opening communication, instead of them communicating and really doing stuff together as a couple, maybe she should get into gaming, get into some of the things that your significant other likes to do. Try to understand it, try to play with him. But instead of them doing that, she wants him to go watch a movie. I've seen this before, so that's how I know all of this. But she wants him to do something else. My thing is, if you bought this man a PlayStation 5 and you don't want him to play it, why would you buy it in the first place? You could have bought him something else. I don't get it. Why would you buy a PlayStation and what it's supposed to do? Sit there and collect dust? This is crazy. These women are crazy. They do not want anything that a man finds enjoyable. Women do not like it at all. They want us to be stoic. They want us to be miserable. They want us to be working like slaves at a job every day. They want us to finance their lifestyle. They don't, anything that we find that's happy, that we want to do, they take it away. You can't even hang out with the boys anymore. That becomes a problem. But it's okay for her to have a girls' night out. It's okay for her to go out and do what she wants to do. Wearing revealing clothes with her breasts hanging out. Look like they're about to pop out of her shirt. Wearing a really too short skirt, wearing clothes that is twice as too damn tight on their bodies. Thirst trapping. But then if the situation was reversed, it's a problem. Now, if that woman, let's say the situation was in reverse. If that woman, let's say she was a gamer, okay, and the guy wants to spend time with her and he put in a reservation for dinner, she will lose her mind. This is crazy. And then they sit up here and they make TikTok videos, wondering why men don't approach anymore, why men just lost the desire to want to be in a relationship because of stuff like this. See what I'm saying? You can't do anything. You can't have fun with these women around. You can't even have a girlfriend or have somebody in your life and then enjoy the things that you do because she don't support nothing. If it ain't supporting her and her only, she don't agree with it. She don't want you doing it. You can't do nothing. And that man, and here's the thing about playing video games 3 plus hours. Okay, you got streamers. People get on Twitch. They it's like us men, we need something that can give us a break from reality. If they don't want a lot of these guys that don't have hobbies like that, the majority of them are constantly out on the streets. They're constantly throwing chairs and causing problems. There's always something going on. But this man ain't doing nothing but playing games. She could have sat with him and say, "Hey, what kind of game you playing? We were gonna watch a movie today, but hey, let's play a game together." They don't do stuff like that. But if you go to another country and you play the game and you just communicate, "Hey, babe, today I want to do something different. I'm gonna play the game. You want to come and join me?" And then maybe later on we'll sit and watch a movie or something. But Americans don't do that. They just, it's like, it's all about what she wants. And if it ain't about her and what she wants, then it's a no go. All hell breaks loose. So I'm just telling you, like, it ain't even worth getting into a relationship no more. Mm-hmm. That's crazy. And that's true. Yeah. Yep. Mm, mm-hmm. See, this is kind of ridiculous because she's doing, obviously, whoever this little girl is, she's doing it for a TikTok prank, but come on, man. Like, and that's the thing too. These women, they treat men like children. My thing is, it's just people put just about anything on the internet these days. And half of these women don't even communicate. They don't do anything. They just come in there one day and they're just like, "You're on the game? Why you on the game? What about me?" They want you to work your ass off, take them on a $5,000 shopping spree to buy everything that they want. They just using you to do what they want you to do. You remember in Dragon Ball Z when Frieza was controlling Vegeta and Goku made a statement saying, "You are not grieving because our planet was destroyed. You're grieving because he turned you into what he wanted you to be. You never had a chance to be something else." Remember back then in that Frieza saga when Goku buried Vegeta? That's how these women are. They trying to they're trying to mold these men into what they want them to be and what they want them to do. Not even giving them the chance to find something in life that they will enjoy hopefully to enjoy with her or something else. They just want them to do what they want them to do and be control them into the person that they want them to be. That's what these women doing. They're control, emasculating, ultimatums, everything. This is crazy. And the thing is some of these guys, some of these good men, I don't know why they put up with this stuff, to be honest with you. I honestly don't. Because if it were me, I'm like, I'm going to play my game. And if you don't like it, you can get the hell out. And don't let the door hit you on the way out. That's just me. Because I'm not going to be controlled by no woman. I'm going to do what I enjoy doing. I play Nintendo Switch all the time. As a matter of fact, when I get off this stream, I'm gonna be on TikTok and I'm gonna be playing I think I'm gonna play Pokemon this time. And if you guys want to join, I'll leave the link. Click on the link tree. My TikTok should be in there. I'm not sure. I'll send it in the post after this stream. But or I might just go on my other channel and play some games. But there's no way a woman is gonna control me and tell me what I can and can't do. If I'm gonna play on my Nintendo Switch, I'm gonna play on my Nintendo Switch. You don't like it, you can get the hell out of my house. And don't let the door hit your way out. Go find somebody else that you can control. Go find somebody else that that you can use to do your shopping sprees and drain money out of. Go find somebody else for that shit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, that's how I am. In this house, if I play video games, I'm gonna play video games. Now, if you want to do something, then you're gonna do something on my terms. Or we can sit down, we can communicate, and if it's anything that you want to do. But if you're over there on TikTok and I'm playing the game, don't start that shit with me. That's how I would be. You just have to not let these women put you in a spot where they want to control you because they will control you. They don't want you to be happy. They want you to be miserable. Hold on for a second. Excuse me for a second. Sorry about that. These women don't want you to be happy. They want you to be miserable. That's crazy. And this is a lady and she's from the UK. I just noticed it with the flag over there. You got women overseas that are more understanding than women in America. They understand what a man wants. They understand, you know, at least they try to understand their men. They try to work with them. But the women here in America, they don't do that. It's all about them. It's all about what makes them happy. And then your happiness don't exist. I like this one right here. Now this guy said, "You know what? Screw this. I'm not doing that. Check this out." hold on. Sorry about that. Mm-hmm. It's kind of is. See that? This is what women want you to do. They want you to take them on dates. They want you to take them shopping. They're just basically this. This is what they do. They want to use men to soak them out of money and get them what they want. And then they turn around and all of a sudden they have a girls' night out. Oh, we're gonna go hang out with the girls and blah blah blah. But you can't even do nothing that you want to do. That's crazy. Shout out to this man for standing up for himself, for not folding. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. 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 This is what men have to go through in this country today. This is one of the reasons why men leave to go find women in other countries that will not behave like this, that will treat them the way that they deserve to be treated. Relationships in America. This is what relationships in America looks like. Too many women are entitled. I mean, this man could have had something on his mind and he just needed something to do to take the breeze off. It's like men cannot have no hobbies in this country, especially when he's in a relationship. He can't have nothing. He's supposed to be stoic. He's supposed to be, you know, doing things or focusing on the female. It's supposed to be all about her and nobody else. This is sad, but this is today's modern relationships. This is it, guys. And this is why I keep saying that all of these women are the same because they are. They only care about them. They don't care about no one else. This is insane. These women are insane. And the fact that she's sitting there and recording this, if somebody really loves you and cares about you, they would never do stuff like that. There could have been other things that she could be doing right now, but she decides to do this. The only hobby that women have is the only hobby that they have is bugging other people, bugging the guy that they're with, manipulating men. Now, if this was the other way around, all hell would have broke loose. If this was the other way around, and if that lady was sitting there and she was a gamer and he was living in her house and he did something like that, she would kick him out in a heartbeat. And it shows the double standard that we have in society. Mm-hmm. But the thing is women don't want to do that. They rather just cause problems. And you see she's laughing like it's funny. These women are literally humiliating these men. All because they're playing video games. This man could be running a live stream. He could be on YouTube. He could probably be on Twitch, making some money online. And he could have just ruined it. And she comes in and ruins it all. These women don't have no hobbies or no other things better to do. My thing is, if she wanted some attention, she could have pulled him over to the side and talked about it. But instead, she chooses to humiliate him and give him trouble like this, or to do things like this. She could have did something she could have just, like these women don't communicate. All they care about is me, me, me. That's it. This is America, guys. It was serious for him, unfortunately. See, men are getting tired of that. They really getting tired of that. And now that explains why. That's another reason why divorces are an all-time high in this country, because women do stuff like this. All not just with the gaming situation, but in all other aspects. And then they turn around and they get with abusive and drunk guys just because they got a lot of money to spend, just because they living in a huge mansion, And they're really to just risk it all for money, for shiny things, and for their own selfish needs rather than their health and well being. Mm. She did turn it off. She just sat up there live and recording herself doing it. She was wiping the dust off the table and she pushed that power button that's below the PlayStation 5. I'm telling you, that's crazy. Let's go back and rewind it. See that? You see that? See that? She pushed the button. She just pushed that button. Pretending like she was wiping the table off, pushed that button, and then pretended like she was wiping the rest of the table off. Then lied to him and said he didn't do it. She didn't do it. When he asked her why you turned the game off. Women do some trifling stuff these days, I'm telling you. This is today's modern women, y'all. This is what they do. They don't want men to be happy. They don't want men to have hobbies. They don't want men to do anything except what they want them to do. Anything that a man does that doesn't suit them, they will find any way they can to destroy it. And then they sit up here and they post videos on TikTok wondering why men is no longer interested in them anymore. Because they do stupid, goofy stuff like this. She just turned that game off. That's a lie. She turned that off on purpose. This is crazy. And I agree with her. There's no respect for men in this country at all, period. The only respect that they give is when men are spending money on them, giving them shiny and nice things. That's the only thing that they care about. They don't value relationships, nothing. The only thing they care about is what a man can do for them. I'm gonna skip this. I don't want to take too long. Okay, here we go. Well, here's the thing. It's not that men are picking video games over the female. It's just that men just want to do something. They got a hobbies and they want to do something. But it's just that if it's not something that a woman approves of that they're with, they'll do anything to sabotage it. And she's right. Women in game don't do that. You've ever seen female gamers that always assume that, hey, you're putting the game over me? But when the situation reverse, it's a problem. It's always a problem when a man is trying to do something that he enjoys doing. It's always a problem to a woman. Just like if something happens, they always try to figure out a way that it's always the man's fault. They always want to blame it on the man when shit gets crazy. Mm, I gotta get the premium back. I gotta get that premium back. I agree. This is ridiculous. Hmm. So my thing is this: what if that man is doing live streams? He's making millions of dollars doing gaming live streams on YouTube and Twitch. Why would you say that this man need a job? Why would you tell this man that he needs to go enslave himself to a corporation that doesn't even give a about him? Make that shit make sense. Why is it that they gotta, considering the way this economy is now, these jobs don't give a shit about the people that work for them. They're just slave working them, getting them to where they want them to be. My thing is, so what if he likes to game every day? He enjoys doing it. And this is the thing I don't get about these women. Like, you could be doing stuff with him. And then he'll probably at some point be like, hey babe, you know, I know I've been playing video games and I've been doing this, but I want us to do something together. But see, they don't give the men the chance to come to that conclusion. They just come to that. They just, American women are a headache. And this lady right here from the UK, I think she's from the UK. I think she's from Australia. So they both have the same similar accent. You got a woman from another country. They understand this. But you got women in America, they don't understand this. In their minds, they think a man is supposed to be working. He's supposed to be making enough money to finance her lifestyle. He ain't supposed to find hobbies and doing stuff that he wants to do. This is crazy. Well, one thing I can say, at least she didn't turn off the game. She just sat a middle finger and that was it. But the rest of the women in the US, they just go up and turn off the game and record themselves doing it. See the difference? And they wonder why a lot of men are checking out. They wonder why. Be right back. Let's see here. Mhm. All right, so let's hear what she has to say. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, what's going on, Ryan? And I agree with her. She makes a lot of sense. And this is a lady from another country that understands men. But women in the US, they don't understand men. They treat us like little boys. They think we're lazy because we're not making enough money to support their lifestyle. And the fact that these women are acting like this, it shows that they didn't have both parents in their life. And their parents didn't live as an example. And also, going to public schools is also another factor that plays into that as well. What's going on, Ryan? How you doing? Father's Day. Yeah, happy Father's Day, man. I'm not a father, so I don't have any kids, but um before we go any further with this live stream, I do want to wish happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. And I, and uh, and for those of you that got your kids, my hat goes off to you. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and the ones that are watching. Which is why I did a video doing a live stream like this. Because you got fathers or men that are married. They sit down and they play the game. And a wife is nagging, don't even want them to play the game. Because they think that they should be doing something else. Give me 1 second. Hmm. Mm, I think I'm gonna go to my channel. Let's see. She has some really good videos on there. Her name is um hold on for a second. I want to give this lady a shout out. You should definitely check out her videos. She got some really good stuff here. She's from the UK, I think, or she might be from Australia. She has that accent. But shout out to Christine Gray Smith. You guys should definitely check her out. She definitely got some really good videos on here. She definitely has some really good videos on here. And I think she got a second channel here. So she might have, let's see what that second channel is. So I think she's only doing YouTube shorts on this one. So she's just doing, let me see. Yeah, she's probably just doing YouTube shorts on this one. But yeah, you should definitely check this lady out. She really does a great job with her videos. Just for watching one, she's doing pretty good. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Let me see here. Uh, All right, guys. So this is another video that I have cooked up, and this kind of talks about the things that I've been talking about all this time, and it's been talking about all this time. It says Americans are nothing, are noticing something is wrong, and it's by a YouTuber called Legion of Men. All right, let's get to it. I got a new T-shirt from the back, priced out of America. And on the front it says priced out of America. On the back it says my life story. Start building your future and stop building theirs. Or however way it says it on the back. You guys want to get you a copy? Uh this post will be on my YouTube post. Just scan the QR code on my YouTube post. It'll take you to my link tree. Click on the T Public store, and all the shirts are there. And I think they're on discount too. I think they're on like 10% discount. So get it while supplies last. And once again, to everybody there, happy Father's Day. To all you good and awesome fathers out there. Yeah, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. Hey, Ryan, I know you're struggling. You know, everybody is struggling, but just hang in there, you know, and just know that just try to hang in there and do what you can. And thank you for coming in and joining us today. And happy Father's Day to you. Mm. Sorry, guys, I'm eating jelly beans. Anytime, man. Like I said, I'm here to encourage, but I'm also here to relate to people and to really let y'all know that y'all ain't the only ones that's struggling out here. Myself, I'm struggling. I'm going through it. You know, working a job and they cutting my hours. And it's like nothing you do. It's like everything you do is always a setback. There's always a setback, no matter what you do. I understand what you're going through, Ryan. And just know that we are here. I'm here. And I care about all of my subscribers. People like you are the ones that I care about. You, OG, and some of the other loyal subscribers. And I do appreciate you guys for the support. I do appreciate you guys uh for just really being loyal subscribers. So throughout my YouTube journey, I'm hoping to find more loyal subscribers like you guys. I just want to let you guys know that I appreciate you guys for all the support that you give. You don't have to, even if you don't give me no cash app or nothing like that. I just support, I'm grateful for just seeing you guys every day. I'm just grateful for, you know, just getting likes on videos and being able to read comments and stuff. I always encourage people to comment on my long form videos, their thoughts or what they, because I like to read comments. Because when people post comments on videos as well as YouTube shorts, it helps me understand people better. It helps me to know, okay, what should I talk about? What is going on? You see what I'm saying? And so I like to read. I love to read. So if you guys ever watch any of my long form videos, don't hesitate to comment. You know, I don't comment, I don't put a thumbnail comment on the comments because if I go in and the video is playing, then I have to watch my video all the way to the end. And that's going to mess up the YouTube algorithm because it's only count as one viewer. So it's only on account only me. It's going to be like, okay, so you're the only one that's watching it and not somebody else. So that's why I don't do the pinned comments below my videos like other YouTubers do. But if you guys want to comment on my long form videos, hey, don't hesitate to do it. I love to read comments. I love to read. Just understand, I love to read. As a matter of fact, if you guys comment on my long form videos, whatever video that you're watching, I'll give you guys a shout out every time I go live. I appreciate that, Ryan. I appreciate that, Ryan. And, if you can, share this with people that you know that are going through what you're going through or that can relate. Um, because the more people, the merrier, you know. I'm just trying to reach an audience that are going through some of the stuff that I'm going through, even if they're MGTOW or, red pill, you know. I like to have some of those people here, you know, people who actually see what's going on in this country. Well, in the United States, but I'm sure it's bad in the UK too, but I'm in the US, so I can only speak on what's going on in the US. So but the fact that I'm meeting a few good people that are in the US in the UK, I mean, it may be bad there, but it's not, I don't think it's, in my personal opinion, I don't think it's as bad as it is in the US. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. And you guys know the old saying back in the old days, go to school, get good grades. Go to college and get that degree. Get that good paying job, get a white pickings fence, and get a house with two dogs and a wife and two kids. Live happily ever after. What a decent retirement that you can live off of. Well, we don't live in those times anymore. College degrees are more saturated. And now, when I was doing research, for people that are in IT, such as myself, knows about this. So on Google, they have these courses called Coursera. And basically, the story behind that is a lot of the colleges were not, a lot of the colleges were teaching the people what the industries were looking for. And and the thing is like they created Coursera with the skills that the industry supposedly that the industry is looking for that most of the colleges weren't teaching. So, but the thing is, even the Google certificates from Coursera are also saturated. And I know that because I have two Google certificates. I have a cybersecurity Google certificate. I also have an IT support specialist certificate. I have two Google certificates from Coursera. And I found out that these Google certificates are saturated. And now a lot of talks are saying you have to get a certification in order to be able to land some of these tech jobs. But then if you look at it, what's the point of doing that when AI is taking over the tech jobs? So for a second, right. My thing is, and that's the thing with Americans today. You know, they expect you to work hard and oh gosh, give me 1 second, guys. Be right back. Gotta go to the restroom. Restroom break. All right, I am back. I am back. And what's up? Um, Let me see. What's up, MGT? What's up, man? Yes, I remember you. Remember you from yesterday. How you doing, bro? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the support, man. Yeah, I mean, now I don't know. I'm not saying that things are perfect in the UK. I'm just saying that I just only can speak for in America because I know what's going on here. You see what I'm saying? And I know the history and just everything that happens here in the US. But at the same time, I always, you know, um, now I'm not saying that the situation in the UK, Ryan, it doesn't exist because, but at the same time, America has the highest divorce rate than any other country in the world. And everything here in the US is 500 times worse. A lot worser than I anticipated it to be honest. However, I do know that other countries are going through it, but it just seems like it's hitting different in the US than it is with other countries. Now, I did see some clips during my research of what's going on in the UK, and what I found out is homes are getting set on fire and people are pulling people out of their homes. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I also got some other friends that live in the UK. Um, and I was supposed to go visit them soon. Right now, I'm just not in the financial, I'm just not in a good state to go visit them right now. But one day I'm gonna go visit them. And maybe I'll see you out there. Now, not really sure what part of the UK they live in, but you know, it'll be, and I can imagine it's very very expensive there. But you know, but it'll be it'll be nice just leaving the U.S. whenever I get, or if I ever get the means to do that. All right, let's continue this video here. I won't take too long because I gotta go soon. But I just wanted to pull out some. Uh-oh, officially went too far. Ooh, Walmart is doing some crazy stuff. Huh, might have to check that out. Yeah, let me see. Let's check this one out. This one seems pretty good. Okay, okay. You know, for people who say that, when I was talking with the Uber driver one day, and I talked to him about how crazy the economy is and how crazy the job market is. And the thing is he made a statement saying that, oh, well, they're just pretending. I don't think this is pretending. This man is crashing. This Americans today are crashing out. When was this video posted? Yeah, it was posted on May the 24th. That was last month, this year. Men are crashing out. Everybody's crashing out. Everybody's crashing out. Mm, mm, And as I said before in recent live streams, everything goes up except for pay wages on a job. And the only reason that these jobs are underpaying is because they don't want to pay any more money to people who work so many hours than they have to. While they're trying to keep the company going. Because they want most of them, especially the managers and the HR, because they sit in the office on the computer. They don't want to lose their comfort zone. They don't want to lose their job that they usually do. And then what's worse on top of that, it's like, what's the point in working a job anymore? If everything is going up, and by the time you get your paycheck, especially if you got jobs that pay every 2 weeks, what is even the point of even if you work two jobs, half of that money is still going towards bills. It's still going towards something else. You're just basically giving the government your money. All right, we're gonna skip through. Wait, this is something about inflation. Hold on. mm, mm, mm. Mhm, mhm, mhm. Mm, mm, mm. This is sad. This is crazy. In 3 years. This is just crazy. Hold on. I'm gonna get me a YouTube Premium back again. I just couldn't afford it because I had other bills and other stuff going on. But between now and probably next month, I will get a um YouTube Premium so we can cut out these ads because it's this is crazy. Anyway, let's continue. Hmm. I'm skipping the video, so Jeez, look at those gas prices. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious, guys. It ain't surprising, but it's like, damn. Look at these prices. The gas plus is even higher. I don't even know how much the diesel cost. Let me see. The diesel probably costs more than that. Damn. Look at that. I don't even know how much the diesel costs. They got that blocked out. This is crazy. Look at this. I don't know what state this is. I'm assuming it looks like it's probably in, I don't know, in Florida somewhere. I don't know, but this is crazy, guys. People can't even fill up their tanks anymore. It'll cost them from $64 to $120 a tank. This is insane, guys. This is practically insane. And I already knew the gas prices were already up. That was no surprise here, but it's just like, you're just looking at it, you're like, damn, this is crazy. How do you expect people to survive in this country? And if this keeps up, a lot of businesses are going to end up shutting down. I think that's probably what the powers that be and what the president is trying to do is shut everything down, make everything go up in price. That's what I'm thinking. It's happening right now. Because I don't think even if the Iran war stopped, I don't think that these hefty prices are going away. This is insane, guys. Mm-hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Damn. Yeah, they're making it to where Americans don't own anything anymore. In the same way that Sony and Nintendo are fixing it to where buyers don't even own their own games anymore. And they're making it in licenses and other things. But my thing is, at one point in time, I said to myself, you know, is this really because they're giving money to other countries? But now I'm starting to really think, where's that money really going to? If I have to guess, that money is probably for the war that's going on in Iran right now. That's what I'm thinking. It's just my wild guess. Because why would they send money to other countries? I tell you, man. Mm, mm. It is a sad, sad time in America. I heard it's bad over in Canada too. This is crazy. It's like no matter what you do and how hard you work and try to cover everything, it's always a setback. There's always something going on. It's always a setback. Always something going on. And the crazy thing about this is you have people that don't even know what's going on. Oh, they're just pretending. How are they pretending? How is this pretending? People are so in delusion now. And the way they look at it is as long as nothing is happening to them, they don't care or what happens to everybody else. It is a sad, sad, sad situation. The landlord and I spoke, and she told me that she was about to lose the house because of property taxes. So this is must be what this lady is talking about. And it's probably why the landlord is so eager to sell this house because she don't want to deal with being without nothing due to not her paying property taxes. But that's kind of like ridiculous. So let me get this straight. So here in America, you own a house, okay? And not only do you have to pay your utilities, you have to pay your mortgage, but you also got to pay your property taxes. And at the same time, you got to get gas, which is high as a kite right now, through the roof. The gas prices is through the roof. I don't get it. It's like it's kind of like in a sense of, can somebody explain this to me? Help me understand what is really going on. And see, this is the kind of situations that I'm talking about. You see, America, they just do stuff. They don't tell the people what's going on. They don't tell you what's going on. They keep you in the dark. They just want you to be their slave. They just want you to continue to do their bidding while they continue with their shady schemes behind closed doors. It's ridiculous. You got families that are abandoning their kids, leaving them out there to fend for themselves. You also have resources that are being cut out, that are being shut down. It's almost like you being locked down and you can't do anything about it. And then you start realizing it and then sit back and think like, how did it all get like this? Hmm. And all of this is basically because, so basically, all of this, the reason the cost of this high price of living is because of the war with Iran that's going on right now. And it could be other wars besides Iran that's going on. And this war has been going on for the past what? How long has this war for Iran been going on? For approximately since, like, I would say since March, maybe April. Regardless, this war has been going on for a long time. For people that do have the means, I'm gonna tell you guys this. Um, if you're trying to, especially foreigners that come into America, let me put this on full screen because I want you guys to make sure you hear what I'm saying. Let me put this on full screen. Hold on for 1 second. I want you guys to make sure that you're hearing what I'm saying. I want you guys to hear me what I'm saying. And this is for the foreigners that are coming to the US. Please, I'm not saying don't come to America, but at the same time, I don't think coming to America is a good idea. And another thing, if you try to get a house in America, rather if it's an apartment or whatever, especially if you're getting a house, just understand, rather if you're a foreigner or you've been here for long periods of time, if you get a house in this country as a foreigner, not only do you have to pay the mortgage, but you will also have to pay property taxes. Because what you're doing is you're funding for the war that's going on in Iran right now. That's been going on for approximately, I would say, probably since March, probably since April. So I would really think and consider that before you move up here. For those of you that are from the Philippines, Thailand, or Vietnam, or from other third world countries that I don't really know about, if you come here, just understand that I get it, that You don't make enough salary in your countries. But in America, things are 500 times higher in this country. Okay? And the thing y'all have to understand is yes, there are opportunities, and yes, you could possibly get a job here. Not to mention all the layoffs that's been going on in this country. But no matter how much money that you make, it's not going to be enough for the cost of living. Gas prices are going 500 times higher than it has ever been. And groceries. Other stores now are starting to run out of food because, the shipments are taking forever to come in. Tariffs are being slapped on every other country. So if you factor in the prices going up due to not just the tariffs, but also because of the cost of war and add on inflation, you might as well say that's over 9,000. The power level is over 9,000 at this point. So if you own a home or you're trying to get one, just remember that you got to pay property taxes too on top of your mortgage and everything else. And I do encourage people, do your research before you go anywhere. If you have the means to leave the US or if you have the means to leave and go to another country, whether it's the US, Japan, whatever, do your research. Connect with somebody that can show you around. Get acquainted to wherever you're trying to go before you go there. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, um, the way it is in this country, I don't recommend anybody coming over here. I get it that most foreigners want to come here to make money, but I want you guys to understand this. When you come here to make money, you're not gonna see any of it because you got to pay rent, and if you want internet cable, you got to pay that, your utilities, and your rent covers. Uh, Sometimes it includes water and you know taking the trash out. That also costs. Electricity always gets left out, so you got to pay that by itself to keep your lights on. Then at the same time, if you get a car, you got to pay car note. You have to pay gas, which will cost you $60 to $120 to $160 a tank. And even when you fill your tank up, the gas don't feel like it lasts longer than it should. Now, I'm not saying to scare nobody or fearmonger, but I'm just telling you, if you come here, don't expect more, don't expect less. Because America is not the country that you once thought it was. And just remember, any money that you make, you're not going to see it. Even if you work too, you got to work. And then here's the thing, coming here, just working one job is not going to cut it. You got to work two or three jobs, which means you got to work yourself like a slave just to get a decent income. So I'm just letting you guys know. We have a president that's about to make this economy damn near go extinction of being crashed. It's on the brink of already crashing. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. And for those of you that are traveling, you can come visit, but I don't recommend coming here to America to live here. If you can help it, I would suggest going somewhere else. let's get back to the data. I just had to make myself clear. And another thing, America is not a place where you can start a new life. It is not a place that you can call home anymore, like it was back in the 80s and 90s, 40 years ago. It is a place where you come here to work and you work like a slave to make money that you're never going to see because it's going to go straight towards bills, and that's all you're going to be doing is working to pay bills. There is no freedom in this country anymore. People, foreigners from other countries that are thinking about coming to America, this is what you got to deal with. And if you ever wonder why a lot of Westerner foreigners leave and they go to your countries, this is the reason why. There's a lot of other factors that play into why they leave the US, but this is one of the reasons. For those of you that are watching out there and you're in Thailand or any other third world country, this is the reason why Westerners are leaving. Because of this situation right here. This is what they have to deal with. And as you can see, it's not a place to call home. America is nothing but a corporation where you're working yourself until the day you die. And I'm pretty sure that that's not something y'all want to do, but just keep that in mind. Mm, 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 mm. Mm-hmm. Mm, mm-hmm. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um, I don't think, to be honest with you, looking for insurance at this point, you know, they're probably at an all-time high at this point. And now, searching for insurance at this point, I don't really see any point because what? Because here's the thing: if insurance is at an all-time high, does that include all insurance for homeowners and housing insurance? Here's the thing. Um, right now, building emergency funds is impossible, especially when you gotta pay rent, gotta pay your cell phone bill, you gotta pay your car note if you have a car, gotta pay internet, all these bills that you have to pay that comes out. It's impossible to save up now. And then with these jobs that are underpaying their workers and overworking them, it's impossible to save up. Because if that were the case, everyone would be doing it. But seeing that it doesn't work, what good is saving up gonna do? But yeah, but see, right now, that's not working. Because even if they do put back as an emergency fund and put back savings, they can still go back into those savings and get whatever they want to get out of their savings. I know because I was doing it. I was the one that was trying to put back money, and when money got tight, I had to crawl back into my savings. Even went through other money assets that I had that I wasn't even supposed to touch in the first place. Saving up and building an emergency fund is easier said than done too. That is a man that's crashing out. Mhm. Texas. Property taxes. Mm. Mm. Mhm. Mhm.